Hey guys, so if you've clicked on this video, you're either interested in watching Korean dramas or you're just interested to hear my thoughts about a specific Korean drama, which is A Gentleman's Dignity. I'm first gonna give you a quick info about this drama, and it is that it came out around 2012 from SBS and it is 20 episodes. It is rom-com, and the description here says that it is a drama about the careers and love lives of urban professionals. It will tell the story of four men in their 40s as they go through love, breakup, success, and failure. Now, usually for me, this synopsis would bring up a couple of red flags, and one is four men. I prefer when a drama focuses on just one couple instead of like four couples, and two, it is that they are in their 40s. I usually enjoy watching dramas that are set in schools or colleges or whatever, but I don't mind watching dramas that aren't set in there but talk about people in their 20s, but 40s, that was a bit too much for me. And honestly, when I read that, back then when it first came out, I was like, no way am I watching that drama, because when I want to watch a drama, I want to relate to it and I want to watch about people that are around my age. However, that was a really stupid decision because this drama was amazing. The only reason why I picked up this drama now is because I was pretty desperate to watch a contemporary drama. So the only option that I had was to watch A Gentleman's Dignity. Never again am I gonna judge a drama by its synopsis. I've learned my lesson here. When I first started watching this drama, I was okay with it. There's a lot of humor, it was fine, but I just felt it wasn't like a wow kind of drama. I even stopped it around episode 2 and I'm like, you know what, I finished episode 2 and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna put this on hold and watch my other dramas. However, Monster ended and It's Zora Kiss ended and I had nothing else to watch but A Gentleman's Dignity, which is when I continued watching it, and I couldn't stop. I finished 18 episodes in like 3 days. Korean drama, an episode is like a minimum of 1 full hour, no commercials. It can go up to an hour and a half sometimes. I got more into the lives of the men as well as the women in that drama and the friendships between the guys, and right now I just want to list you guys why this drama is amazing because I wrote it on my phone. 1. The humor between the four friends. The four friends, we've got a lawyer, an architect, a civil engineer, and a man who marries a rich woman, I guess. He doesn't really have much of a career. So these four guys have been friends for 20 years or more than 20 years, and honestly, I would crave any scene with the four of them together because they are so hilarious. I just think that the fourth guy, who's called Lee Jung-rook, is the comic relief, or not really the comic relief, but he's the one who always gets beat up, he's the one who always gets shouted at, and he's the one who everyone basically thinks of as the idiot who always makes mistakes. And I just love him because he says the stupidest things and he does not have a filter, and he's so funny, and I love his character. We've also got Im-Tae-sun, and Im-Tae-sun he's not really the father of the group, but I feel like he's the one with the authority in the group. Then we've got Kim Do-jin, who this drama centers mostly around, and he's an architect. Kim Do-jun is my least favorite character in here, but I still liked his sarcasm and his humor and the way he could tease characters in general, and I thought that was really interesting. The last one is Yoon, who's a lawyer, and I found his relationship or just his plotline the most interesting to me. He's the quiet one of the four friends, and he's the rational one and the one who basically makes all rational decisions. The second reason why this drama is fantastic is the little prologue at every single episode at the beginning. These prologues don't really have a lot to do with the continuing plot, but they give us insight about the history or the past of these four members. So those prologues, I feel, are there just to make us laugh and also just to make us see the relationship dynamics between all four members and how the friendship is, and it's just a lot of and full of laughs, and I really enjoy those, and I wish all dramas would do prologues like that because they're a lot of fun. The third is the relationship dynamic between all the friends. Now that I've introduced each one, you guys can tell how their personalities are so different, and when you add those four together, each one with their strong personalities and their strong opinions, just they clash every second that there is, and it's so funny. Honestly, I think I liked every single scene with the four of them, and it's always had me cracking up. That's how the relationship is. It's a really laid back, fun relationship. It really makes you think about friendships in general, and it really made me envious of the four of them, to be honest. I was really jealous of them. The fourth part is that while these four friends are together, they each have their own plotline, and honestly, their plotlines kind of center around each other. Like, everything's kind of connected, but not in an unrealistic kind of way. Like, the person Kim Do-jin likes is actually the friend of Yoon, as well as Im Tae-san, while that woman, her name is Soo actually has a crush on Im Tae-san, and Kim Do-jin knows about that, so it's like kind of connected. And then there's, like I told you, the wife of Lee Jung-ruk, whose Yoon is the lawyer of, and all three guys always get in these really funny situations where the wife would call the phone and Lee Jung-ruk isn't there because he's out partying, doing God knows what, and they have to basically cover for him, and it's so hilarious. And the funny thing is that wife is like super freaking rich, like one of the richest women in South Korea, and she owns the buildings where all of the three guys actually work. So she basically has them whipped, but at the same time they still want to protect their friend, and at the same time they're always like bashing at their friend and like yelling at him and telling him like, what the hell are you doing, you know, you're ruining our lives by ruining your lives by ruining her life. So it's a lot of like crazy situations that just make you laugh out loud. So as for my favorite couple, they're actually Yoon and Mary. Mary is 24 years old while Yoon is 41 years old, and Mary is actually the sister of Im Tae-san. And Mary has always had a crush on Yoon back since before even she went to university in the US. And when she came back, like, all the feelings come out, and she starts crushing over Yoon and always following him and trying to, you know, show him that, you know, she likes him, and that all that, you know, one-sided love kind of stuff. And honestly, I felt really sorry for Yoon because one, it's so obvious that he likes her, but two, he can't because he's Im Tae-san's friend and he's widowed, he's 41 years old, and we're talking about his best friend's sister. So that's like a big no-no. So I like these kind of forbidden plot lines, and I really enjoyed that one. It made me tear up more than once, to be honest, and I really loved that one. Another relationship is a relationship between Im Tae-san and Hong Se-ra. Hong Se-ra is actually the friend of So Is-soo, who's Kim Do-jin's love interest. And Hong Se-ra is such a kick-butt protagonist. Like, she's very independent. She isn't afraid of voicing her opinion. She's a professional golf player, and there's a lot of problems between her and Im Tae-san in that they just have different opinions on how they want to live their lives for the next 10 years. So a lot of problems rise from that, and honestly, I loved their relationship together. I was rooting for them the whole time, and I love them. The third relationship is Lee Jung-ruk and his wife, and this relationship at the beginning isn't really taken seriously, but towards the end it starts getting serious. Throughout like the first 15 or 16 episodes, it's just there for a lot of laughs and just comic relief, and I really enjoyed that. I actually even wrote a point or a scene that I really liked, and it was when the wife finds a ring in Lee Jung-ruk's pocket and she asks why he isn't wearing it. He says his fingers has gotten slimmer, and she gets really pissed off and she's like, who's Hyojin? Because apparently he called Hyojin on his phone or whatever. And he looks at her all pissed off and says, I know I shouldn't say this in this kind of situation, but... And then he stops and then he says, what's her surname? Oh my god, he's such a player, but he's so innocent and stupid that he always gets caught by his wife. The last couple is So Is-soo and Kim Do-jun. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of that couple, even though they're the main lead, I do know that, but there's too much angst for me. This is a rom-com, I'm not expecting a lot of angst, and I do get a lot of angst, especially starting from episodes 14 to 18. I was kind of getting sick of them, and you know how K-dramas are, they need the flashbacks, they need the soundtrack music playing throughout half of the episode, and they need them sitting down, staring at the wall, or lying on the bed and reminiscing about their relationship, and it's like half of the episode is spent on them doing that, and I'm like, you know what, get over yourselves, fix it, like don't let me watch you guys be miserable because it's making me miserable. Those 4 episodes were kind of annoying for me, and honestly I kept on skipping through the flashbacks because hello, I don't have a fish memory. I actually remember what happened last episode, which I watched 50 minutes ago. So no need to remind me again. Honestly, by episode 5 or whatever, I completely forgot that there are guys in their 40s. I completely forgot about all the reasons why I first opposed to watching this drama. You can let me watch dramas about people in their 40s if you have this much of comedy in them, because Korean dramas are not really known for their comedy. They're more known for their makjang dramas, which basically means really angsty, heavy dramas that have a lot of birth secrets and family secrets and revelations that make you want to rip your hair off and all that stuff. A Gentleman's Dignity is definitely a drama that doesn't fit the mold of the usual K-dramas. I hope I convinced you guys to check out this drama, because I think the writers were geniuses in the way that they wrote the drama and the way that they arranged it, with the prologues and the comedy infused with the drama, and how they handled the 4 plot lines. If I had to give it a rating, it would definitely be 4.5 out of 5, just because of the angst of that drama. I took out the half, but honestly, I will be recommending this drama for sure, and if I do have the time, I will definitely be re-watching it a year or 2 from now. So this is it for this drama review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if it's an effective way for you guys to listen or watch such a thing, and if you guys want me to do more of those, I will be happy to do them. And have a nice day. Bye guys!